opening yourself to meet new people and to ask different questions and to just be open with people is such an advantage, because you get not only friendships, but you get connections. You get easy access to things. And welcome to yet another episode of Reno's Rants here on the Roughnecks podcast. Of course, man, I think I am still sore from that volleyball tournament. Let me tell you what, we played a ton of volleyball. It was like no offense, but my expectations were blown out of the water with this thing. I cannot give enough credit to Cole. What an event. It was so much fun. The amount of people that were there, just the vibe that was there was so good. The music was so good. Like, everything about it just worked out so well. And it even rained, like, to start of it. But that almost made the volleyball, like, more fun, because, you know, the rain's pouring down. You got the music still playing. Like, everybody's just kind of giving into the rain. And you know what, dude? Like, it was just such a good time, such a good vibe, lots of cool people. And the best part about it, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is that I got to see some people I haven't seen in such a long time. Like, it was just so good to reconnect with a lot of people, and then also make new connections, make new friends. And that's just, it's so important to remember and to feel and to be open to new friends, to connect with old friends, because like, I'm sure you've heard this before, is it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. And boy, that cannot be more true. Just think about everything that you do. And I was thinking about this before. This is like Cole and I, for example. Like, to be completely honest, I really didn't know Cole that much. Like, personally, I knew of Cole, of course, because his older brother and I played football together, played high school football together. So I knew Clayton. I knew Clayton had a younger brother, Cole. And after I graduated high school, I'd come back and watch the games, and I'd see, like, or hear the name Cole Dixon out there, and I'd be like, that's Clayton's younger brother type thing. And it's kind of funny how we ended up connecting, but we ended up connecting because of Clayton, because of his older brother. And now, like, we're doing podcasts together. Like, we're going golfing together. Like, it's cool stuff. And I just want you guys to know that opening yourself to conversation and opening yourself to meet new people and to ask different questions and to just be open with people is such an advantage, because you get not only friendships, but you get connections. You get easy access to things. For example, just yesterday, I had a leak coming down from my bathroom tub, and I'm like, shoot, like, who's a plumber who could come over here and try to figure out what's wrong with this? Because, side note, I know nothing about plumbing. I have absolutely no idea. I know it's pipes and brackets and whatever. Like, I understand that part, but I don't know what I'm doing. So who am I gonna call? Hey, one of my old buddies is a plumber. I hit him up, like, dude, can you come over, take a look at this? Boom, there's my connection. And then also with, like, businesses and with getting a job, it's a lot of it is about who you know. It's all about who you know. There's been multiple people who I've brought in to work with me who were my friends, and, like, that's how they got in the door. Like, I was their resource. I was their sort of I guess I was their connection, and vice versa. There's been a lot of people who I've reached out with because they're my connection, and I got hooked up in that way because I've been open to them. I've been building that relationship that's going to take, my personal journey further. We're going to help each other out. We're both going to get better just because we know each other a little bit. Now, it's easy to be, like, reserved. Reserved. I want to do this. I want to do everything on my own. But the more that you kind of grasp and get a team and get to know people, the better off you're going to be, because I guarantee, well, you don't know everything. There's other people who know a lot more than you, and that's your connection in. That's your connection to learn what they know. That's a connection for you to teach them something that they might not know. It helps you both out. It helps both parties just continue to grow and just be better people, honestly. And then on the complete reverse side of that, when you open yourself up, you start realizing who you shouldn't sort of make connections with. You know that person is trouble. You know that person's nothing but negative, but you're not going to know that unless you open up, unless you have conversations with them. I know conversations nowadays are like impossible to have because of social media and text and everything, but dude, just talk to people. It's such a good skill to have. Like, people skills is so important to have. I cannot say that enough. And it just takes you on so many different avenues. There's like one quote that says, like, I'm gonna botch this, I'm gonna kind of paraphrase. It's like the smart people steal, but experts will copy. If that makes sense. Maybe I said that backwards. No, it's smart people will copy, but experts will steal, meaning like ideas and, different strategies. Smart people, they're going to copy what that person did because obviously it's working. And then experts, if it really works, they're going to steal that and maybe just add their own little twist to that. Why wouldn't you do that? And that goes with just having open relationships with people. What are they doing that's working? Maybe I should do that too. And if I want to, make it my own thing, I'm going to add my own little twist to it. Or I'm going to go to that person with that great idea and say, hey, can I join in? And hey, here's what I can bring to the table too. So now, again, going back, you're both growing. So just opening yourself up to people. And man, people are so interesting. People are so interesting. I sat and talked with the band for like an hour at the volleyball tournament. Those dudes are cool, man. It's just part of that world that I really don't know. Like, I was in a little band before, so of course it like attracted me to go to them and talk about music and talk about futures and their upcoming songs, what they got going. And now I tell you what, if I hit them up, they're gonna remember me. And so I just got a connection if I ever need a band, or and they just gained a fan too by just talking to me. Like, now I've become a fan of theirs just because they were open. I don't know. But all I'm saying is be open, be willing to talk to people, be willing to talk about yourself, be willing to kind of be vulnerable too, because you're not just going to talk to somebody and say, oh, well, I'm so good at this, I'm so good at this, I'm so good at this. Like, you also got to say, hey, I'm not very good at this, I'm not very good at this. So again, goes both ways. So that's kind of my rant. Open yourself up, enjoy people's presence, talk to people, learn about that person, because you never know when you're going to need that person. You're never going to know when that person may need you. But the only way to figure that out, the only way to realize if a need is there, is to simply just talk to them and get to know them a little bit. Not so hard. So yeah, that's the end of my rant. Again, awesome. Man, if you guys missed out on this volleyball tournament, I feel so sorry for you. It was like, honestly, you should be jealous. It was a ton of fun. There were some really, really good teams. I tell you what, I was humbled extremely quick because I came in there like, we're going to dominate. And we didn't win. We lost like 4 straight games. But, again, lots of fun, lots of competition. There's going to be more things coming. As always, Cole is just coming up with crazy ideas and awesome ideas that are just really, really going to take off. And I hope you guys are following along with this journey of this podcast, because I feel it. I feel something. I feel something here. I'm extremely optimistic about what's to come. So again, go to roughneckspodcast.com, sign up for the newsletter, please, because that's what's going to keep you up to date with all these cool things happening. While you're there, just go ahead and grab some merch. That's a great way to support the podcast, is to grab you a t-shirt. And I don't know if you've seen all the t-shirts that everybody had. They're sweet, custom printed. There's tons of stuff on there that you could buy. So go check out the merch. Go sign up for the newsletter. Be on the lookout for a lot of things. But that's all I got for you guys. Until next time.
Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then please be sure to share it with a friend. You can follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Roughnecks Podcast. Head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab yourself some Roughnecks merch. Until next time, make sure you grab the bull by the horns and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.